Hey y'all, Purple Cherry here, coming at you with a new video, my thoughts, viewpoints. So, what are we going to talk about today? Let's talk about Juneteenth. Now, I watch a lot of videos on YouTube and I see a lot of stuff. Shout out to content creators who are able to show me little clips and stuff like that. It's no big secret that racists are against Juneteenth. Seems to me that they just hate it because it's Juneteenth. It's a celebration of Black Americans' freedom from slavery. First thing, this video is for people who want to be educated. First off, what is Juneteenth? Now, once again, I'm going to read something so you don't think I'm talking out of my behind. What is Juneteenth? So, Juneteenth, which is a blend of June and 19th. Okay? If you don't get that, then that's fine. Anyways, is a federal holiday in the United States that commemorates the emancipation of enslaved Black Americans. It marks the date in 1865 when Union troops arrived in Galveston, Texas to ensure the freedom of the last enslaved people in the country. Although President Abraham Lincoln issued the Emancipation Proclamation on January 1st, 1863, the Declaration did not instantly free enslaved people, especially in Confederate-controlled areas like Texas. It took more than 2 years for the news to reach the state. On June 19, 1865, Union Major General Gordon Granger arrived in Galveston and read General Orders No. 3, announcing that over 250,000 enslaved Black people in Texas were legally free. I've heard also comments from different videos where they say like, oh, it just came out of nowhere, it just came 5 years ago. Let me just clear this up too. Shortly after being freed, formerly enslaved people began organizing annual Jubilee Day celebrations. As Black communities migrated across the United States, they took these traditions with them. Historically, these celebrations have been marked by community gatherings, barbecues and street parades, educational readings, guest speakers, and historical storytelling. Traditional foods like red soda water, watermelon, and barbecue. Juneteenth is the oldest nationally celebrated commemoration of the end of slavery in the U.S. thanks to the decades-long advocacy of activists like Opal Lee. Juneteenth was signed into law as an official U.S. federal holiday on June 17, 2021. So it's been celebrated by Black Americans, but it became an official U.S. federal holiday June 17, 2021. I'm just clearing that up. All right, so now I also seen a lot of videos where racists would say that it's a Black American holiday. No, it's not just that. Okay, this again, think logic. This was a day where everybody was free. Everybody. We're not going to talk about what happened afterwards to Black Americans. This is not about that right now. We're talking about the holiday. This is something that should be celebrated by all America. This is something we can actually, as this and Black Americans and other minorities, that could actually be very proud of this day. I mean, I don't know about you, but I'm very proud. I celebrated Juneteenth. Yes, I did. Yes, it's an American holiday. There's a reason why they made it a federal holiday. But why? Because it's something that we can really be proud of. And I'm proud of that. Once again, can't talk about what happened for Black Americans afterwards and still continuing on, but that's a whole nother video. Okay. Now, you may ask why Black Americans don't celebrate the 4th of July, or how they felt like this is not their holiday. It is, you know what I mean? So let me tell you. Okay, so July 4th. So, 1776. Obviously, Juneteenth, Emancipation Proclamation, etc. So, were Black Americans free? The answer is no. July 4th, reading again. July 4th was not freedom for Black American slaves. While the date marks the adoption of the Declaration of Independence in 1776, proclaiming liberty for the American colonies from Great Britain, It did not end the enslavement of African Americans. At the time, nearly 500,000 black people remained in bondage, and the ideals of freedom did not apply to them. The true status of Independence Day for enslaved and free black Americans was immortalized by abolitionist and former slave Frederick Douglass in his famous 1852 address, "What to the Slave is Fourth of July." In the speech, Douglass famously stated, "This Fourth of July is yours, not mine. You may rejoice, I must mourn. To drag a man in fetters into the grand illuminated Temple of Liberty is an outrage and a mockery." Because of this hypocrisy, black communities historically celebrated other dates of emancipation. Prior to the Civil War, many celebrated August 1st, the date Great Britain abolished slavery. I mean, come on, Great Britain abolished slavery before us? No. Okay. Anyways, or January 1st, when the US banned the transatlantic slave trade. It was not until the end of the Civil War and the passage of the 13th Amendment — I'm really not going to get into the 13th Amendment at this time, again, it's for another video — that slavery was officially abolished nationwide. Even then, freedom did not come at the same time for all. It was not until June 19th, 1865, now celebrated as Juneteenth, that enslaved people in Galveston, Texas finally received word that they were free, more than 2 years after the Emancipation Proclamation was signed. So, if you really have to ask why July 4th is not celebrated by Black Americans, that's your answer. They were enslaved during that time. I mean, yeah, for us, we were free. It wasn't for everybody. So, because of that, I haven't celebrated July 4th in so long. After I heard about this, I don't personally celebrate it. I mean, yay, America got away from Great Britain. Whoop-de-doo. Unfortunately, Black Americans didn't get away from us, the enslavement. I rather celebrate Juneteenth, which is something to be very proud of as an American as a whole, than July 4th. Now, you may agree with me, disagree with me. I really don't care about, oh, you're not patriotic. The way I think is what's right is right and what's wrong is wrong. If you ask me, Juneteenth, everybody was free. Be proud. Aren't you happy that there's no more enslavement? It's a great event in history to where everybody was free. And if you're against that holiday or think it's BS or whatever it is that comes out of your mouth or thought process, it just sounds like to me that you're very unhappy that the fact is that Black Americans were free from slavery. And it sounds like to me that you wish they were back in slavery. That's how it sounds. And that's me. You know, I don't think anybody should be enslaved. I don't know, my personal opinion, whatever. I don't know, maybe it's just me. Just want to do something quick like that. I know it's past Juneteenth, way past, and kind of late to doing this video. But either way, happy Juneteenth. Be kind to each other. Love y'all. Have a great day.